Info. All right, 12 minutes gone past the hour of 3, and yes, we are live. Hot Facts with Kaladako Rubatabo is live, and it's a pleasure, like I would always say, to have you on the other side of the radio, waiting, listening, and ready to express your thoughts, express how you feel about some of the issues that are currently trending, that are currently making the rounds. Welcome. We're live on Facebook, Nigeria Info PH. We are active on X, Nigeria Info PH. And we are live on YouTube, Nigeria Info PH. Hard Facts starts now with the big stories making the rounds. And by 7, it will culminate. And it will culminate, of course, with the open season. The open season is where you and I look at a recap of the day's conversation. So without further ado, let's delve straight into the big stories making the rounds. Once again, I am Kala Dakurubatabo, and it's a pleasure having you on the other side of the radio. So the first topic, it's a continuation of our conversation from yesterday. Yesterday, we asked several questions, and I remember saying that I tried to get to the party involved, or one of the parties involved, but he wasn't taking his calls at the time. But however, he has spoken to the media. He had a press briefing, and he has, given what he thinks is the reason for what happened 2 days ago. So yeah, Edison Ehie links attack on his residence to political crisis in Rivers State. The honorable member of the House of Assembly representing Outer constituency has come out to give the reason why his residence was attacked on Sunday. Remember yesterday you and I talked, the police did say it was a routine patrol, routine check, and we were asking how a routine patrol, got to the state that he was reported to have gotten to. However, Edison Ehie is insisting there was an attack on him that looked like an assassination, but it now even going further to say that it is linked to the political crisis in the state. So let's quickly take a look. Let's peep at what was in the bulletin earlier in the day. It says, it is now clear that the crisis rocking the River State House of Assembly is nothing but over. This is this is not the story. Sorry, I think I'm reading the wrong one. Sorry about that. Too many stories on my plate this afternoon. Okay, so this one says Edison Ehie, who's the lawmaker representing Outer East constituency 2, linked the alleged invasion of his home by the police to the political crisis in Rivers State. Mr. Ehie, who was removed as leader of the House by some lawmakers on October 3rd, he addressed newsmen in Port Harcourt over the said invasion. He says he will remain focused and fearless in his support for Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara. Now let's take a listen to what he said.
It was led by a police officer, the one that was recently deployed to counter-terrorism unit, SPA Irikefe London Owen. The security on ground attacked them, so they couldn't succeed. And the way they came and the way they escaped, you know they came for an ugly mission. They just climbed the fence, but the gate was locked. Climbed the fence, pushed some of a part of the fence, pushed it down and then entered.
Did I play? I think I played the wrong soundbite just now. I'm sorry. Apologies to that. But let's. My goodness, what was I playing just now?
I stand with the governor of Rivers State, Sir Siminalayi Fubara, voted in by Rivers people and representing the welfare of Rivers people. Nothing, no threat, no intimidation, no allegation now or in the future will stop or deter my position.
Now, according to the news story, the lawmaker who has since announced himself as speaker said he and his family have been under threats and false allegations, and false allegations have suddenly started springing up against him and some of his supporters.
I am not afraid of death. If it is sacrificing my life that will give victory to Rivers State, then I'm ready to do that. The only regret I will have is that my young wife and 2 little children, but life must go on, and I'm sure God will see them through.
All right, that's the situation of things. It's linked to the political drama, so I probably was right in my presentation yesterday when I said it could be another episode in the political drama that is playing out in Rivers State. However, I'm a man of peace, and I hope we can talk for development and arrive at a place of peace and give peace a chance, because peace is the path to the development of a nation. I'm hoping that's the case. I'm hoping that we can get to the bottom of these issues and arrest those who are wrong, who flouted the law, and those who are right, protect them with the law. And it's not about taking sides. It's not about who are you for. It's about standing by the truth and ensuring that the law prevails. And I hope this situation is tackled, is arrested, and is dealt with. But what it also means is that the political crisis, the political drama, the political shenanigans, permit me to put it that way, it's not over, because it's these are all shenanigans. I mean, the power is supposed to be owned by the people, for the people, the entire people, not a few individuals. And so when I see people, drag about power, or when there is such political drama or the politicization of governance, then I call it shenanigans, and permit me to call it that. Well, let's move on now to the next big story. I'd like to get your thoughts on that one as well. Remember, you can start dropping your messages on Facebook. We're live, Nigerian for PH, or you can go to the WhatsApp portal and drop your comments therein, and let's talk for development. Let's go to the next big story, and the next big story has got to do with a very interesting headline I saw today on some of the pages of newspapers, and it's coming from Buhari, who said that Nigerians are hard people to lead. Yes, I laughed when I read that report. Nigerians are hard people to lead. Now, you guys know the right things to do, but you would rather want to cut corners. You would rather, want to make things difficult, especially when it comes to tackling corruption. He said a couple of other things. When asked if his administration was hijacked by the cabal, he said maybe it could have been, because he is the kind of person who likes to delegate power, and so he gave everybody a freedom to express, their creativity in their offices. And maybe some people may have taken it for granted, but if he was given the chance, he was still going to do the same thing, because he's not the one who likes to micromanage people in governance. He said he fought corruption to the best of his abilities, but it may not have, the result may not have been what he envisaged, because, Nigerians can be difficult people to lead, so he said. But he said he fought, corruption to the best of his capacity. He did not indulge in corruption like many other politicians or the political class members would do. When people were taking lands and all of those things for himself, when he became president, he did not do any of that. He did not take any of those things. And right now, he's living freely because he did not take any of those things. And then when you look at the statement, made by the former president, it was interviewed by NTA, by the way. When you look at the statement and then you compare it to the statement of Obasanjo that says democracy has failed in Nigeria because too much liberty is not really good, that we need an Afro democracy. You want to look back at Buhari's administration and ponder and wonder, could he have tightened it a little bit? Could he have done it differently? Could he? Maybe he had the best of intentions, unlike the criticisms Nigerians have, sent his way. Maybe. But I'm going to read briefly before the commercial break so we can get a glimpse. If you already have not read the story, you can get a glimpse of what the former president was trying to talk about. The immediate past president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, yesterday maintained that he did his best in the 8 years that he governed Nigeria, but said he wasn't quite sure he achieved the expected results. Speaking in his first interview since his exit as Nigeria's leader about 6 months ago, the former president stated that he endorsed the controversial Naira redesign policy in the twilight of his administration to protect his own integrity and to show Nigerians there was no shortcut to success. So I guess what he was trying to say was, he was, and I've tried to explain that because I also thought the same way. That he was trying to ensure that the politicians and many big men who steal from the common pockets, they don't get away with it, because if you now make it digital, if you digitize the pocket of Nigeria, then we would see who has collected and who is collecting. And he said that's what he was trying to do. He spoke to the state-owned Nigeria Television Authority NTA last night and argued that Nigerians were a difficult set of people to govern, maintaining that they know the right thing to do but would mostly refuse to do so because they think they know better than the person on the saddle. Is he making a point? Now, question on the integrity of many of the people surrounding him during his 8 years government, the former president stated that it is their problem, querying what the persons who criticize him fiercely had done at their individual levels to fight corruption. The ex-president, when asked if he agreed that there was a cabal that hijacked his government, he said it must have been, but said that he wasn't sure anybody flouted the rules and was allowed to walk away. Buhari said he allowed people to do their jobs when he assigned tasks, stressing that if he was given the same chance, he wouldn't do anything different under Nigeria's current system. The former president, who appeared to veer off point several times during the session, explained that he tried to be as accountable as possible during his administration. Do you agree? I'd like to hear from you. Are Nigerians difficult people to lead? I do think to an extent. I mean, on the show, we get to see a lot of people who are difficult to have conversations with. No offense to anybody, I'm just saying. The president may have a point. But I'll go for a quick commercial break. When I do come back, we'll talk some more and I'll tell you what the last big story is about. Do stay tuned. Remember, once again, we're live on Facebook, Nigerian for VH. We are live on YouTube, Nigerian for VH, and we act
on your top station. The conversation never ends.
Welcome back. About 27 minutes gone past the hour of 3. You're listening to Hot Facts in 92.3 Nigeria Info. I am Kalada Korubatibo, and we're looking at the big stories making the rounds. And I've reeled out 2 of those big stories. Now the third one. And the third one is somewhat a continuation of our big stories from yesterday. Yesterday, I did tell you that Lagos State, spent some huge amount of monies, for setting things that some people have reacted to as frivolous, like spending millions on rechargeable fans, like, spending millions on liquid fragrance, like spending 440 million naira on Lexus SUV. What else again did we take note of? We took note of certain things on the show yesterday. However, I did fail to mention yesterday that Abia state government was also in focus concerning how they spent money in the third quarter of 2023. And they were accused of spending frivolously as well in terms of welfare, and they were accused of spending almost, if not 927 million naira on welfare for the governor, OT. However, both governments have come out to deny. I mean, I did watch Lagos State deny on national TV. Not necessarily deny per se, but they were there to defend. And the commissioner for budget was on the show, and the commissioner for information as well was on the show, and they argued that the fact that they were able to put the spending on a website for the whole of Lagos, on the whole of Nigeria to see, signals transparency, and that some of the bogus figures that were seen were as a result of certain mistakes. Now, and some of those mistakes have been edited. Some of those mistakes have been corrected, and one of such things that were seen on the website was the fact that the Lagos State governor used state-owned resources, to battle his political battle, or to fight his political battle in court. And the commissioner for information said yes, that was submitted to the governor and the state attorney general. Or is it the state, what they call it now, the state chief judge? I beg your pardon. And that was removed, that was scrapped, that was pushed aside, and it was an error that it was not corrected before it was published on the website. But that Lagosians and the rest of Nigerians should give them the benefit of the doubt, because some of those errors there, were done by civil servants who did not know better. When I asked about why spending 440 million naira for a Lexus SUV or a Lexus Jeep, he said that they have other cars or SUVs that were produced or assembled in Nigeria, and they're doing more to get as much as they can from local production. But however, that for the sake, and it wasn't for the chief of staff as reported, it is supposed to be for dignitaries, foreign dignitaries, and there are certain specifications that you need, if you're going to use cars for dignitaries. That before now it was the governor's car or set of cars or fleet of cars that were used for the dignitaries, and it was cumbersome and worrisome. And for Abia State, I did not watch the interview, but Abia State has also denied. And Abia said, see, we spent money, yes. We spent a total of 223,389,889 naira 84 kobo on refreshments and meals during the period in question. It was done by the entire government of Abia State, in seminars, workshops, events, and all of that stuff that various ministries, parastatals, and agencies were involved in. They had to make sure welfare, was made available, and it wasn't just necessarily for the governor of Abia State. The report reads, the Abia State government has denied spending over 900 million on the feeding and welfare of Governor Alex Otti from July to September 2023. Earlier, reports emerged that a budget performance report indicated that the government spent 927 million naira within 3 months on refreshment and meals, allowance, settlement of honorarium and welfare packages. And it was alleged that the OT-led government spent the 223 million 389,889 naira 84 kobo on refreshments and meals, while 305,400,000 on honorarium and sitting allowances for government officials in July and September 2023. As a result, some Nigerians took to social media wondering how such amounts of money could have been spent in the space of 3 months in view of current economic realities. However, in a statement Monday, the media aides to the governor, Ferdinand Ekioma and Kazie Uko, described the reports as false. He said the total amount spent so far by the entire government of Abia State for refreshments and meals for the period is 289 naira 84 kobo. The statement read. We can make every now and then. Every once in a while, I come on the show and I ask you, "How are you, my friend? Are you doing okay? Are you getting great? Are you coping fine?" And then we see some of these expenditures from governments, and then you ask questions. Really, are we fastening our economic belt, or is it just the people that are supposed to fast, or fasting their economic belt? And by the way, while we are looking at Lagos and Abia states, one would wonder, what's happening in Rivers State when we talk about the expenditure, when we talk about procurement. How is it done? Can we see, is it done? I mean, we can criticize Lagos and Abia now because somehow there is some kind of transparency, but can we see in Rivers State? And it's just a question. I'm not trying to start a trouble. Trust me, I'm a man of peace. All right, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. Those are the call numbers. Let's get to hear from you and what you think. Once again, 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. WhatsApp number 0809-030-6416. A couple of WhatsApp messages here. Let's start with this one. Good afternoon, Canada. Man of the people. I think the suspended leader of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Edison, is catching crews. He wants to be on the headlines. My question is, who attacked him? Where's the video proof or pictorial proof? He should stop making noise and go to Abuja to apologize for his rebellious character. Okay, great, Sylvester. That's your take. Ubimini, you're texting from Ubimini, but he's entitled to to make noise if he's been attacked and assaulted illegally. All right, Jude from Omuma, welcome. What is on your mind?
Yeah, Canada, we've been able to talk about, or people have been able to talk about the spending of Lagos State government and Abia, because they were able to see the budget of the government and how the budget was being spent.
Okay.
So when they were able to see the money budgeted and how the money is being spent, they now query it. Like you rightly asked, what happens in the state, River State, where we all live now? Some of us have cried out that the budget of the year, since 2015, the budget of River State has not been on the website.
I know. I disagree. I've seen the budget. You can go check it.
Some of us said, I know you have disagreed.
Yeah.
I can tell you. It has not been on the budget. They tell you, go to the ministry, you can get the budget.
No, I'm saying on the website. Jude.
I have the budget, but not on the website.
Jude, I'm saying on the website, it's there. I checked yesterday before I came into the studio. You go to the website, you see, I think from, there's a particular here, Is it 2017, 2018? I can't recall now. But if you go on the
may
website,
have it wrong. Like I said, 2015.
Okay, then.
I mean, that may be wrong.
Okay.
But I know we've been talking about it over the years.
Of course we have.
That
I don't know.
I'm telling you that it's from 2022. Let me be precise. So debt is not there.
Okay. All right then.
So now we're talking of transparency because these people were able to get how much they have been in the budget and how much the government has spent. But in a case where you cannot get all those facts and figures, like River said, what do? You ask that question. So I need an answer too. Because we don't have it in River State, so we cannot even query how our money is being spent.
All right then. All right, thank you very much. I've got to go, Jude. I've got Reginald from Chokocho, and after that, Muriel. Reginald, quickly, straight to the point. Let's get to hear you.
Yes, Mr. Kala, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon to you.
Let me look at the issue of former President of Buhari saying that Nigerians are very difficult people.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, for me, I agree. Nigerians are difficult. And not only in Nigeria, we have difficult people in everywhere, in other societies, in other worlds. And that is the reason why we have a law. So that in order to hold everybody responsible. So, but what we have in Nigeria is a situation where the law are meant for the poor people in the society, while that of the rich goes not free. So, if we have a system that we hold everybody responsible, the moment you go against the law, then the system will hold you. I think everybody will be forced to amend his or her ways. Then, on the issue of River State House of Assembly, a member of the River State House of Assembly, I may not know whether it was an attempted murder as the personal speaker claimed. But what is important here is that there was an attempt to invade the compound which the police has confirmed. And my question to the police now is that if the commissioner said that the police was on routine patrol, do you have to do your patrol in the somebody's compound, or do you have to do your patrolling in the streets? And then even if you are patrolling within the streets, are you supposed to be brandishing your weapon? So I think the commissioner of police has to come very clear.
All right.
So that the people will have to know exactly what happened. Otherwise, we will be forced to believe what the member of the House of Assembly is telling us. Thank you very much, Mr.
All right, thank you very much. I've got Muriel from Okrika. Muriel, welcome.
Thank you, KDB. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Welcome on the show. Let's talk, please.
Thank you, KDB. Let me talk about former president saying Nigerians are difficult people to
All right.
KDB, the policies that Buhari and his advisors talk about, and they implemented themselves, Kalada. We did not stop them from implementing their policies, and those policies failed. So it is now our fault, Kalada. We did use our thinking cap to think out those policies that failed greatly. So it is our fault that those policies failed greatly and kept us in this level. Well, it's not his fault, Kalada. I blame the present president. He's supposed to be in jail with Mesele by now. He's not in jail. He's free and just talking anything. I wish anybody just shut him up and just
when you say he's supposed, when you say he's supposed, not Muriel, when you say he's supposed to be in jail, are you the courts? Are you the judiciary?
Okay, honestly.
All right then.
So those policies that Mesele rolled out, he must have talked it over with him. And he definitely approved. And those policies, even more than that, have brought us to this level. And yet he has the mouth.
But he has told you.
Of his failed administration.
But he has told you that he has told you that he gave them free hands. He gave them the freedom to go about expressing their creativity in their various offices. So do you still want to tie the blame to him?
He said the system did what? Sorry, Canada.
He said that he gave them the freedom to express themselves in their various offices. So would you still want to blame him?
Unbelievable, Canada.
Oh, sorry, then I have to let you go.
Unbelievable. He didn't have the freedom to express. Canada took for the fact that even his houseboy is driving a private jet. I can't. It's not. In fact, it's paining me enough. If his houseboy can be driving a private jet, not to talk of the worth of him and his children.
But that's a story. That's a story. That's a story by Sanusi that we cannot verify. But thank you, Muriel. Muriel, I've got to go. I've got Frank from D-Line who has been waiting. Frank, welcome. What is on your mind, please?
Good afternoon, Mr. Batubo.
Yes, welcome, Frank.
Yeah, let me react on our former president, Muhammad Buhari, said that Nigeria is a very difficult country to live. I disagree with our former president.
Why do you? Have you been the president before?
In 2003, and he promised us that he will make Nigeria better. That PDP have failed. He did that again, 2007. 2011, before he finally got it in 2015. He never knew that Nigeria is the most difficult country to lead. It was now after ruling as a president 8 years that Nigeria is most difficult. I disagree with him.
Okay.
Under his watch as a president, we use our own money to buy money. Am I the cause of that one?
Right,
He's the president of our them. He cannot be able to make Nigeria better today after ruling Nigeria mess up the country. He now realizes that is the most difficult. Let him, I don't want to hear from him again. Then for the issue of
he has a right. He has a right to speak.
Peace in this state. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, thank you very much. Robin is calling from Eche. Robin from Eche, welcome.
Canada, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, I disagree with my president, Muhammad Buhari.
You disagree with him?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me why.
Buhari was a former head of state. Was involved in coup. He led Nigeria. And after that, he was supposed to go and rest. He came back. He wants to rule as a civilian. Contested severally. Are you telling me this why I never knew Nigerians are difficult people?
Now, can I come in now, Robin? When he was military head, he was ruling. You know, he was commanding. He was directing. When he became a civilian head, he was leading. He was, leading with the permission of the people. So when he says they are difficult people to lead, he's talking about it from a democratic sense. From a military sense, I mean, he doesn't need the permission of the people to do anything, right? He just gives a decree and it happens.
I know that this discussion is a very huge one.
Okay.
Even if you and I are given 10 hours to discuss, I will not exhaust myself.
I will be tired.
Well, let me not go into this argument. As a president of Nigeria, he has enormous power to change things. He has it.
He cannot do that. He cannot do that all by himself. That's what I'm saying. He would need the legislative arm of government. He would need the people's opinion.
Good. That's where I'm going. So if he said Nigerians, he should not put it on me. He should say the Nigerian legislators or Nigerian politicians. Let him tell us that, not me.
Okay. All right then.
Those who are twisting him.
Okay.
That, by the way, the issue of Edison Ehie.
Summarize, please.
You see, from the beginning, when the governor said he needs peace, former Governor Wike is his Oga. I told him nobody's contesting his Oga with him. The Bible records that a servant can be like his master, cannot be above his master. But I asked a question. Has he or his boss, have they told us who burned the state assembly? How come those people that were removed from government house, the camp commandant, the chief secretary, they are still posted within the state. And Edison Ehie, right on the break today, he's telling Nigerians that he saw a rekefe. Come there, they were shooting guns. Was he having antelope in his compound? Good afternoon, the mother, the farmer.
All right, Robin, the farmer, thank you. Clinton from Buhari, welcome. So we can quickly look at messages on Facebook. Welcome, Clinton.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, greetings.
You won't blame the former president for saying that Nigerians are hard to lead.
Okay.
Because he was once a former military president, a military leader, and then they were just given directive order. But when he became a civilian president, Nigerians had the right, the free will to critique his government. And that made it very challenging for him. So him coming out to say Nigerians are difficult to lead is not wrong. Then in Rivers State here, Rivers State is a very sensitive state.
All right.
And police should be very careful when doing their work. The CP, the new CP of police, should be able to differentiate, substantiate, separate politics from their duties. Until they're able to do this, there will always be friction between the politicians and the police. Because you cannot come out and tell us that you are performing a routine check. A routine operation is wrong.
What do you mean by it's wrong? Is it wrong to go for a routine check or routine patrol? What do you mean by it's wrong?
How do they do this routine check, Canada? Because what the man is saying, his life is threatened, and they are shooting sporadically. Is that a routine check? So I think the police they are playing politics with the security of Rivers people, and it's very, very wrong.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Clinton. So let's look at some messages as seen on Facebook, and after Facebook, we'll go to the WhatsApp portal. On Facebook, Nkoi Kanke Udwaka says, Edison links attack to political crisis. Laugh aloud. The same person benefited from the attack on opposition during the last election. He was among those at Abia Road INEC office. Allegations, by the way, when I read on. He said he was among those at Abia Road INEC office. Now the chicken, I think he said the chicken has come home to roast. It's roost, actually. He said, like they say when Hitler attacks the Jews, I said nothing because I was not a Jew. When he attacks the Unionists, I said nothing because I was not a Unionist. Then he attacked me and there was nobody left to say something. The point is we should always condemn evil when we see one. I remember in HA, APC leaders ran to the bush when they went for them before election. Okay, this one says, Imal Ugona Friday. Greetings from Comrade Ima Zumini Undoki. Politicians should understand that they are brothers before becoming politicians. There is no need fighting to the extent of wanting to eliminate each other. Please tread with caution. Again, Nigeria, too hard to lead according to Buhari, but he applied for the job several times and finally got it. What impact did he make? Alex Uru Oyavu says, greetings, Kalada. I was shocked when the CP Disu said such an attack on the property and home of Right Honorable Ehie was a routine police duty. I'm still trying to comprehend how that can be an ideal thing to say as a police officer. What is that? He went ahead to say that if the parliamentarian has something else to help the investigation, he should come out with it now. You see how this supposed professional officer goofed at Peter River State. All right, this one is from Tango Ability Atwegu. You were not informed that Nigerians are too hard to lead. He's asking. I guess I was not informed. Gyadom Godson says, good afternoon, Kalada. Honorable Ehie is a two-term member, I beg your pardon, of the House, and all the years while and you said, and all the years, why have this routine check not been carried out? Now, God go help us in Beaver State. My structure is intact, so I'm not going to say anything for now. Okay, all right. Okay, thank you very much. That's as seen on Facebook, but let's go to the WhatsApp portal and read some messages from the WhatsApp portal. SUV saga, Abia State 927 million naira refreshment. Lagos State using state fund to fight opposition. These and many more are linked to one thing. When the wicked are not punished for their offenses, when the judiciary can be, I'm going to change that word, when they can be manipulated, when other ties of government have bowed to the executive because of what they stand to gain, that's when you see all of these. The governors are not seeing anybody, including the EFCC, who will invite them and leave them after 3 hours. The governors can stand boldly to tell you that they will spend the way they like and that you should go to hell, I think he meant to say, and hog transformer. That he will do what he likes and heaven will not fall. Former Governor Wike said this times without number. Coming down to the security officers, A police officer will tell you that he will shoot and kill you and nothing will happen, and they have been shooting and killing without anything happening. I cry for this nation. For former President Buhari, he started by calling us lazy and ended with calling us extremely difficult. We no blame him. Hano will be Oyekachi Casey. All right, thank you very much. This one says, man, I think I've read your message. Thank God, so I'm going to skip. This one says, Rivers Assembly asking for financial autonomy. Did I talk about this? Okay. I mean, for Ernest, that's not my conversation, so I'm going to skip. Mr. Ehie should stop whipping up sentiment and attracting public pity. If he needs to answer as regards to the burning of the assembly complex or the insecurity in Abia, let him be brought to Bukozoma. But that's an allegation. The police did not say anything like that. They only said routine patrol. As simple as that. This one says Buhari should go to Arise TV and be interviewed. That's where they can ask him the necessary questions. Not okay. I'm going to skip that. And you said, and for the lawmaker who was allegedly attacked, it is so unfortunate that some people don't want this state to move on. The governor should do well to speak up and take responsibility for the safety of his supporters across the state. He should not act as if there is nothing he can do about it. He should wake up and smell the coffee, else they will impeach him when he least expected it. ND from Onair. Okay, this one says, good day, Mr. Kalada Korubatibo, honorable member representing Outer East constituency 2, allegedly had his home invaded and linked it with political crisis in the state. This is barbaric, worrisome, and disturbing. CP should step up and protect lives and property of everybody living in the state and its environs. So, Wanate Clinton West. Almost time for me to go for a commercial break. This one says, Nigerians too hard to lead. Mr. Buhari is the reason we're suffering today. His policies were harsh and unbearable. Nigerians are good. The problem is bad leadership. Enough of political crisis in River State. We need peace. I agree with you, Mr. Kalada. Hannah, I agree with you right back. One more, please. This one says, you said Edison Ehie must be allowed to breed. It must not be used as the scapegoat for this old drama between father and Pikin Wahala. Please, they should ease the tension and allow governance for the peace-loving people of River State. Stay tuned. I'll be right back.
Nigeria Info. Right back after this.